If you're wondering why your bank account never seems to grow, even when you're making decent money, you're about to find out exactly what's sabotaging your wealth. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Next Gen Money Trends, where we break down the financial habits that actually matter for your future. Let's talk about something that affects millions of people, but rarely gets discussed honestly. You know that frustrating feeling when you look at your bank account and wonder where all your money went? You're earning a decent income, you're not living extravagantly, but somehow you're still living paycheck to paycheck. Here's the thing, it's usually not about how much you make. It's about the small, everyday money habits that are quietly draining your wealth without you even realizing it. Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 specific habits that keep people broke, and more importantly, what you can do about each one. Some of these might surprise you, so let's dive right in. The first habit is lifestyle inflation, and this one is sneaky because it feels like success. Here's how it works. You get a raise or a better job, and instead of saving that extra money, you immediately upgrade your lifestyle to match your new income. You move to a more expensive apartment, buy a nicer car, start eating out more often. Before you know it, you're spending every dollar of that raise and sometimes even more. The problem is that your expenses are now permanently higher, but your ability to save hasn't improved at all. The fix is simple, but requires discipline. When you get a raise, immediately redirect at least half of that increase to savings or investments before you have a chance to spend it. Treat it like it doesn't exist in your spending budget. This way, you can still enjoy some lifestyle improvements without sabotaging your long-term wealth building. Number 2 is emotional spending, and this is probably the most common wealth killer I see. We live in a culture that teaches us to buy things when we're stressed, sad, bored, or even happy. Bad day at work? Online shopping. Celebrating a win? Expensive dinner out. The problem isn't treating yourself occasionally. It's using spending as your primary emotional coping mechanism. These purchases add up fast, and they rarely provide the lasting satisfaction we're looking for. Here's what works better. Before making any non-essential purchase, wait 24 hours and ask yourself, am I buying this because I actually need or want it, or am I trying to change how I feel? If it's the latter, try a free alternative first. Call a friend, go for a walk, work out, or do something creative. You'll be amazed how often the urge to buy something passes once you address the underlying emotion. Habit number 3 is subscription creep, and it's costing people hundreds of dollars every month. You sign up for a streaming service, a fitness app, a software tool, or some monthly box delivery. Each one seems small, maybe $10 or $15 a month. But here's the thing, these subscriptions multiply quickly, and we forget about them. I've seen people spending over $300 a month on subscriptions they barely use or completely forgot about. The solution is a monthly subscription audit. Set a recurring reminder to review all your subscriptions and cancel anything you haven't used in the past month. Keep only what you actively use and truly value. Those $15 monthly charges might seem small, but over a year, that's $180 that could have been invested and growing. Number 4 is flying blind with your money. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes each month. They know their big expenses like rent and car payments, but they're completely unaware of how much they're spending on food, entertainment, shopping, and all those small daily purchases. When you don't track your spending, it's impossible to make informed decisions about your money. You can't optimize what you can't measure. You don't need to track every penny forever, but spend at least 1 month writing down or categorizing every single expense. Use an app, a spreadsheet, or even just a notebook. The goal is to get a clear picture of your spending patterns. Most people are shocked by what they discover. Once you know where your money goes, you can make conscious choices about where you want it to go instead. Habit number 5 is waiting to invest, and this might be the most expensive mistake on this list. People tell themselves they'll start investing when they have more money, when they understand it better, or when they find the perfect investment. Meanwhile, they're missing out on the most powerful wealth-building tool available, compound interest. The earlier you start, even with small amounts, the more time your money has to grow. Here's the reality. You don't need thousands of dollars to start investing. You can begin with as little as $25 or $50 a month through apps like Acorns, or by investing in low-cost index funds through brokerages like Fidelity or Vanguard. The key is to start now, not later. Even if you can only invest $100 a month starting at age 25, that could grow to over $350,000 by the time you're 65, assuming average market returns. Wait until you're 35 to start, and you'll have about half that amount. Time is your biggest advantage, but only if you use it. Number 6 is comparison spending, and social media has made this worse than ever. You see friends posting about their vacations, new cars, fancy dinners, and designer purchases, and you feel pressured to keep up. But here's what those posts don't show you: the credit card debt, the stressed out feelings about money, or the fact that many of these people are financially struggling behind the scenes. The truth is, building wealth often looks boring from the outside. It's driving a reliable used car while investing the difference, choosing a modest apartment in a good location, and saying no to expensive social activities that don't align with your goals. Remember, you're not in competition with anyone else's financial journey. The person who looks like they have it all together might be living paycheck to paycheck, while the person with the older car and modest lifestyle might be building serious wealth. Focus on your own goals, not other people's highlight reels. The final habit is not having an emergency fund, which forces people into debt whenever unexpected expenses come up. And trust me, unexpected expenses always come up: car repairs, medical bills, job loss, home repairs. Without an emergency fund, these situations become financial emergencies that can derail your progress for months or even years. You end up using credit cards or loans, which create monthly payments that make it even harder to save money going forward. Start with a goal of saving $1,000 as fast as possible. This won't cover every emergency, but it will handle most small surprises. Once you have that, work toward 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. This might seem impossible right now, but remember, it's not about saving huge amounts quickly. It's about consistently setting aside something, even if it's just $25 or $50 a month. Here's the key takeaway: building wealth isn't about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about identifying the habits that are working against you and replacing them with habits that work for you. Pick 1 or 2 of these habits that hit home for you and focus on changing just those. Don't try to fix everything at once. That's a recipe for giving up. Small, consistent changes compound over time, just like money in the market. The people who build real wealth aren't necessarily the highest earners. They're the ones who develop good money habits early and stick with them consistently. If this video helped you identify some habits you want to change, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical money advice. And let us know in the comments, which of these 7 habits do you struggle with most? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.